The sounding of the pu, or Hawaiian conch shell, signals the beginning of our ceremony, calling to all in each direction and every realm. Aloha kākou, and welcome to Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi 2015. I'm Billy V here at Ala Moana Beach with Mileka Lincoln.
Aloha, Billy. It's wonderful to be here with all of you. Also joining us, Ke'ahi Tucker.
Aloha, friends. Aloha, everybody. How great is it to be here, part of this annual tradition, now in its 17th year today.
Here on Memorial Day, a day when Americans honor their fallen soldiers, we come together to remember all who've laid a foundation for us and continue to be a part of who we are. From those who dedicated their lives in pursuit of peace, to the friends we miss, and generations of family who came before us.
Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi is a ceremony that gives us an opportunity to express our love and gratitude in a visible way. No matter where we're from or what we believe, we come to understand each other's hearts transcending boundaries and differences we often feel.
Each of us experiences loss in a deeply personal way, but tonight hope and courage can arise from being in one heart with the tens of thousands of us gathered here at Ala Moana Beach and those viewing on television and online from around the world.
With a wish that we all awaken to our truest, pure selves through extending kindness to others past and present, Her Holiness Shinso Ito, head priest of Shinnyo-en, will officiate the Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi ceremony.
The founder of Shinnyo Buddhism, Master Shinjo Ito, remains undaunted in his mission to help others find joy and true peace in their lives. He dreamt of holding a lantern floating in Hawaii from where a spirit of living in harmony and friendship amid diversity could travel across the ocean waves to be kindled around the globe.
We are pleased to welcome you to our 17th celebration of Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi. The founder of Shinnyo Buddhism, Master Shinjo Ito, overcame personal hardship to dedicate himself unwaveringly to peace building and to the happiness of humanity. One of his dearly held wishes was to conduct a lantern floating ceremony in the Hawaiian Islands in the Pacific. Though he was unable to bring this dream to fruition in his lifetime, our celebration today is a culmination of his life's work.
The spirit of Buddhism is inherently one of harmony, of coming together as one. Since the time of Buddha Shakyamuni, peace and unconditional inclusivity have been fundamental to the Buddhist path.
Her Holiness Shinso Ito, the present-day head of Shinnyo-en, has continued building on Shinjo's legacy as she conducts ceremonies around the globe that both foster and celebrate inclusivity and diversity.
Lantern floating provides an opportunity to come together in recognition and gratitude for our place in the wondrous web of life. We gather in appreciation for those who have come before us, for all the forces of life that have made ours possible. It is an opportunity for spiritual dialogue to express this thanks. The bonds we create by gathering together for such dialogue foster a sense of harmony, unity, and friendship that transcend all distinctions of language, religion, science, art, and culture to make world peace a very real possibility. People pray for world peace in every nation on the globe, but we believe the key lies in the efforts we make with those nearest and dearest to us. This is our approach to making world peace a reality.
Many rivers, one ocean. The first step towards a future where all can live together in harmony, unity, and friendship begins with each of us.
The theme of Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi is Many Rivers, One Ocean. Each of us, like a river, has carved a unique path to be at the ocean today. Through this ceremony, we can have a heart-to-heart conversation with those we are remembering. We recall moments together and how they shaped our path. By sharing stories of our loved ones who have passed, they'll be remembered into the future.
Tonight we share with you the story of the Tyrell family, who is participating in the Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi ceremony for their 4th time. Their path has been filled with triumphs and sorrows, but their unwavering, joyful spirit and caring heart to help others, even amid difficult times, continues to inspire many.
We've attended the Lantern Floating event now for 3 years. We go all together, my daughter Hayley, son Zachary, and we head down with our friends. And I love it when you're all together and you all float them out. And you feel supported, you feel comforted, but it's also your opportunity to say goodbye. The first year we went, we knew that we were saying goodbye to another child who had cancer and had passed that year, but we knew that could be our child. Our daughter was also struggling and fighting cancer, and the next year we went down, she had relapsed, and for her type of cancer, there's no cure.
You know, it's beautiful knowing that she's here, and can you see how much love she's given us right now? This is kind of her farewell to us, and it's a beautiful one. I can't think of a...
Oh, sweetheart. Yes.
I just love you so much, and as well as Mom.
Yeah.
So when Hayley was little, she was very cute, very full of energy. She loved her little brother like no one else.
She's very smart. She's a very intelligent little girl. She knew all the presidents of the United States.
Oh, that's right.
By looking at them.
She did cheerleading, she did gymnastics, all the things that any kid loves and enjoys, yeah. When Hayley was 5 years old, she was just a little bit wobbly, and we took her to the ER. She ended up doing an MRI, and it was brain cancer. And we had no idea that in one day, everything would change. It was 1.5 years of hard chemo. She had radiation to her brain and spine. All this time she's doing intensive rehab, trying to move again, trying to speak again. And then it was getting exciting, every new thing that she learnt to do, every new thing that she could do. It was a celebration. And we did that all the way through. I don't think of it as just our journey, because we were carried most of the way, to tell you the truth. We had family, we had friends, medical staff, doctors, nurses, everybody was carrying us, you know, when we could hardly even do it ourselves. And when we go to the Lantern Floating event, there's that same feeling of community, of everyone being there together for each other. And with a whole tens of thousands of people, it's amazing.
To me, it feels like we're all floating a lantern for Hayley, and then we're all floating a lantern for the person next to us, and we're all floating for all of us.
Going through what we went with Hayley, the one way you can make yourself feel better and you can heal is by giving back. And so every chance we get, we do something for one of the charities that has supported us. And my happiest place, the week my daughter passed away, was sitting in a chair donating blood. And I was happy. And I couldn't imagine myself being happy at that time. And I think the secret that we've found is the more you give out, the more you help others, the easier it is to take another step forward, another day. I think this year's Lantern Floating event is going to be hard, but I'm looking forward to it. At the same time, it's going to be very meaningful, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate her life than floating together with a whole community of people.
Our musical artist's sublime technique and musicality has won him accolades in Hawaiian, jazz, and classical music circles around the world. Guitarist Jeff Peterson has returned home after performing in Zimbabwe, Africa earlier this month to be with us here today. Jeff is a 5-time Na Hoku Hano Hano Award winner and is featured on 2 Grammy Award-winning recordings. Please welcome Jeff Peterson.
Aloha. A year ago this evening, I floated a lantern for 2 very dear friends and brilliant Hawaiian musicians, Dennis Kamakahi and Chino Montero. I feel very fortunate to have known Dennis and Chino. I learned so much from them. I continue to learn from them. We did a recording a few years ago, and I'd like to play a song from that recording for Dennis and Chino and their ohana. It's called Kawai o Kaupo.
Mahalo to Hawaii recording artist Jeff Peterson for sharing his talents and his wonderful message. In a collaboration connecting East and West, this Oli, or Hawaiian chant, reminds us to embrace and cherish the knowledge and spirit of our kupuna, or elders. The sounds of Shinnyo Taiko resonate in all directions, connecting earth and the heavens.
ka wena o ke au I ka lani he veke I ka pōpili puka e. Ka elele o ka poni hikina. Ka uke ka he awana au I ka ala a papala I ana I luna o ke kukulu o ka lanilai. O ka uia e huli alo nei ta ulu e ai wow
These are the main lanterns that carry prayers for all who have ever existed. Together with those you are remembering this evening, not a single being will be forgotten.
There are inscriptions for early settlers of these Hawaiian islands, even the extinct plant and wildlife. Prayers are offered for all who paved the way for us to be here today.
We remember all victims of conflicts and wars around the world, those who have lost their lives at Pearl Harbor, and those resting at the National Cemetery of the Pacific at Punchbowl Crater are commemorated. Prayers for those who perished in man-made or natural disasters, including victims of the recent Nepal earthquake, are inscribed on these main lanterns. Buddhist master, Her Holiness Shinso Ito, teaches an engaged form of Buddhism dedicated to creating harmony through serving others. She is the first-generation successor of founding Master Shinjo.
Her Holiness now enters the stage, supported by prayers of the ceremonial assistants.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Her Holiness Shinso Ito.
Aloha. Welcome to Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi. メモリアルデーの本日、ハワイの美しい夕日の中、このように多くの方々がご家族や友人方とお集まりくださり、大変嬉しく思います。ハワイ州知事デビッド・イゲ様、ホノルル市予約のロイ・アメミヤ様をはじめ、村人方の皆様に厚く御礼申し上げます。そしてスタッフやボランティアの方々、さらにはハワイのすべての方々、ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. ここに参集されておりますのは、亡くなられた大切な人を思い、愛と感謝を捧げられる方が多いことでしょう。ごく最近に悲しいお別れがあった方、はるか昔に亡くされた方もあることでしょう。その人の思い出は私たちの宝として生きています。長い歴史を築き上げた先人に思いを馳せ、感謝すれば今を生きる私たちの前進する力となりましょう。大切な人々を思い出すことは、自分自身の人生をたどることでもあります。私は生涯を利他に捧げられたShinnyo-en開祖伊藤信条と霊祖友次を師として修行し、そこから得たかけがえのない教えに育まれ、今日の私自身があります。振り返れば、家族の死や信頼を裏切られた苦しみともありました。また共に喜び合うこともありました。このように人生には悲しみ、苦しみと喜びの両方があります。私たちはそれらを受け止め、希望の未来を可能にすることができます。苦悲を超え行動する勇気と、喜びで他に向ける慈愛、何よりも大切なこの2つの実践に目覚めるのです。この2つについて仏教は、優しさには勇気が伴うとし、揺るがない慈しみを教えます。自らの力を尽くし、どこまでも他を思う心と行いがあって初めて平和、調和、またすべての人、すべてのこととの融和を実現することができるのです。自分を生み出してくれた先祖、友情や親切を寄せてくれた 忘れ犬家族や友人、そして生けるもの、すべての命に感謝、敬意を表してこれより灯籠を流します。波間に散ったあまたの灯籠はやがて一つとまとまります。その様子を見ながら大切な人々が残してくれた素晴らしい精神を現在の私たちが受け継ぎ、次の誰かに渡す誓いを立てましょう。この過去、現在、未来を結ぶ誓いの灯火を掲げ、どんな小さなことでも利他の行動を重ねていただきたいと思います。そして私たちの心に灯った明かりを消すことなく、明るい未来を照らし、友心融和の波紋を広げてまいりましょう。マハロヌニロア。Thank you very much.
The light of the lanterns represents life and our inner goodness. When we offer this light, we remember the need to strive to build trust, harmony, and friendship with others as well. We welcome these community leaders who dedicate themselves in service to others.
I think it's important to serve in the community because it gives meaning to life. I think that service is related to harmony. For example, when we serve one another, we form connections, we form a relationship or a bond. And through that connection, we're able to reach a better state of harmony.
When you try to do something for somebody in a difficult situation and all, the expression on their face or the gratefulness that they experience, it does something to you as an individual.
By serving the community, you can make the community a better place to live and happier place to everybody. And when I make the other people happy, I feel happy.
In my current position, I get to serve the community every day. In fact, I remind our employees that they're not firefighters, they're not ambulance drivers. What they are public servants, and if we keep that in mind, we can work together to help improve the community.
And public service is really an opportunity for me to have the biggest impact, to work with a broader range of people, and most importantly, it really is an opportunity to bring our community together to work on the challenges and opportunities that face us.
We're here to represent Liz Olson, who happens to be overseas right now and couldn't be at this interview. However, she will be there at the lantern floating ceremony as a lighter. Serving others creates a world of harmony. If you look at the definition of the word harmony, it's the coming together of individual components to create something that's greater than the sum of the individual components. And I think Liz has done that very well.
Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi is a movement to make our community happier and more peaceful.
It's special because it brings together people in harmony, in humanism for each other.
In an event like this, really breaks down man-made boundaries. We limit ourselves based upon oftentimes how we were brought up.
And Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi is just one of those examples of the community, regardless of what your background, what your religion is, can come together and celebrate.
You are at one with your lantern, and then you turn around and you hug the next person who's a total stranger, or someone that you know and someone that you love, and it becomes a truly, truly wonderful feeling of togetherness.
By experiencing the compassion, we can use the compassion in our daily lives.
We come together as one family, you might say. In a spiritual sense, we're part of one big family, the family of humankind.
If more places, different places, and everybody try to do something similar, we may achieve peace in the world.
Uniting the wishes from around the world for all to live in harmony and friendship. Please light the light of harmony.
Mano mano ka Hawaii, puni ka moana nui ala ala
Traditional Buddhist chanting set in a Western classical style are offered by the Shinnyo-en Shomyo ensemble.
Her Holiness offers a blessing of the ceremonial grounds for all who are in attendance or here in spirit, and of all who are being remembered on the lanterns. The blessing is meant to awaken hope, compassion, and wisdom in our hearts to act courageously in the spirit of friendship for the sake of others.
offering of food and water in this ancient ritual gives form to the gratitude we feel and goodness that we want to continue extending to those who laid a foundation for our lives.
The tradition of adorning a pathway with an offering of flowers expresses our sincerity and reverence. Her Holiness offers flowers and prayers for all beings of all times and ages.
no makusamanda vasarana senda makaroshadaya soataya untarata
You may now begin floating your lanterns. Please be mindful of those behind and around you.
Shinnyo
The main lanterns begin their journey to the ocean to join the 6,000 lanterns being floated from shore and the canoes.
I think for an event like Lantern Floating Hawaiʻi, diversity is huge, but no one is here to care about race or ethnicity or religion. We're all here for one reason only, and that's just to celebrate our loved ones.
I mean, it's really heartfelt to see all of the support. Like we're all one family because we are here united for one thing, one purpose today, and it's very, very special.
And where everyone can just come together, not looking on the religious part, not looking on the race or the color, but just come together to bring forth what you feel is that you need to release.
The tradition behind it, tying in with a lot of what today means, it has a representation in so many different forms.
The fact that such a large group of people, and probably a global community of people, can be fixated on peace and remembrance and paying tribute to people, it takes your breath away. Even though you're surrounded by so many other people, you can also be alone with your thoughts, and the visual impact of it, you'll never forget.
My grandmother just passed away. She lives in California, and we just figured it's a good time, the timing's right, to acknowledge all the good times that we've shared with her, to celebrate her life.
We didn't know about it much until we have lost a niece of mine who is very dear to me. It's going to be 3 years this year.
We have veterans in our family and people, loved ones who have passed, and we want to honor them.
Love's in the air. Everyone here, you can feel it, is caring about each other. Everyone's praying. Everyone's taking the time to go out of their way and show people love and respect.
But to be able to share the experience and see the hurt of other people, I feel that's where the peace comes in. You know, you're not alone. You're not alone. And all we can do is be strong for one another. And without peace, you can't do that.